Okay, so we just got back from the train ride place, and after the train ride, I went to the gift shop and I just had to get one. Hey man, Coon Pride, buddy. Coon Pride. Okay, we're about to go mining. We're gonna go like 1,000 feet underground. Mom, how do you feel about this occurrence today?
Scared.
Yeah, she has a scared of small spaces. This should be fun.
Look here, boys. Look here, camera.
Oh, okay.
Do you see that sign? Bureau of Mines Regulation. Farting on the miner cage is strictly forbidden.
Why do you have to give us chili?
That is the truth. Yeah, that was your fault for giving us chili and then having us come here to eat.
That is cruel of you. Okay, get back to you when we're actually
Well, folks, welcome to Molly Kathleen Gold Mine. We really are down to the 1,000-foot level here. We do have these other levels above us. It's good everybody hears this. We have the 200, the 400, the 600, the 700, and a 1,000-foot level. We have 5 levels here in this mine, just like this level. All these levels have been mined for gold. And lots of gold came out of every level. I'm going to be taking you through a little evolution in mining. How mining started out in the early days and how it all ended up. I'll be leading us through this crosscut shaft here. The crosscut shaft is the main shaft in the mines. The Molly Kathleen Gold Mine was started out in 1891. Let's go back to that year for a little bit. 1891. 2 miners always sitting down to mine together. Always working together. Always keeping an eye on each other's back. They'd be sitting down in here with 2 candles for an 8-hour shift. That was their source of light underground. Way before electric. Look a little something like this. Kind of give you an idea what candlelight would be like.
Wow.
2 candles for an 8-hour shift. 3 shifts a day. It's all for real, folks. I'll be showing you the Molly for the next hour now. Of course, this without light. Let me show you how dark it is down in here real quick. Oh yeah, it's real. Off the crosscut, the miners would do a drift. They would drift with those veins of gold, follow those veins of gold. So we call it a drift. The miners would do a series of holes in the back of the drift here. It's all for their black powder explosives. Now this is what we call the beginning in mining. Your black powder explosives. They do about 8 holes. No patterns, not yet. It's all done by what we call hand drilling. Hammer and chisel. If there's not enough room for both those miners to be working, one miner's got to start these holes out by himself. It's what we call single jack. Single jack. Hit your steel, turn it. Hit it, turn it, just like that. Every time I turn it, it cleans all the debris out of my way. I'm able to go a fraction of an inch deeper every time. Hit it and turn it. What we call a star steel, a cleaning steel. Those miners would do this 8 hours a day if they didn't have enough room. If they do have enough room, they team up with their partner. We call this double jack. The hammer man, the shaker man. That hammer man hits that steel. The shaker man turns the steel. The same principle. It is also a cleaning steel. It takes those miners 8 hours to punch those 8 holes back in there. 1 foot. It takes those miners 16 hours, 2 shifts, to punch those holes back in there 2 foot. And that's where the miners want to be, is 2 foot back in that drift for their black powder explosives. Miners do all that too. They put the black powder explosives into each hole, with a fuse in each hole. Get all these holes ready to explode. They light their fuses, they go to their safe place here in this mine. 500, 600 feet away. And always around the corner. So the miners are in their safe place now. Everything goes off okay here. They come back here 30 to 40 minutes later after the dust settles down. That would blow out approximately 10 tons of ore. 2 foot back in that drift. 10 tons. 2 foot back. Then there's the third person that works here in the mines. We all call him the mucker. It's his job to come in here and muck all that ore out of there for the miners. As those miners start getting further back in that drift, they start laying down their ore cart track. Miners and muckers. Always remember that. Let's check this out. A new source of light. It actually come out of Europe. So we call it calcium carbide lamp. It arrived here at the Mali, the early 1900s. You put your calcium carbide in the bottom, water in the top. You drip the water into the calcium carbide, makes acetylene gas. It is very bright, it is very efficient. A whole lot better than a candle. This would only burn a quarter of the oxygen that a candle would. Here's a few other examples here of your calcium carbides. These are what we call wet cell batteries. Your wet cell batteries started coming out in the 1920s. It is actually a lead acid battery. It's good to see them, but we really don't use them anymore. Now we use gel cell batteries and LED lights. That's right, folks, we're uptown now. LEDs. Let's walk on down in here. Here you go, step up over here. You're okay, ma'am. That's
enough.
I don't want to be
Yeah.
over there. I don't think
It's
I have to worry.
okay. It's all right. Let's look over this way. Here's that third person I tell everybody about. It is the mucker. Oh yeah, it's his job to muck that ore out of the drift for the miners. These are 1-ton ore carts we have down in here. 1 ton. He had a quota. 2 tons an hour by hand and shovel.
Oh my God.
If they can't do that, they're fired from the mines. There is too many other people waiting in line for his job. He'd make 75 cents a day.
Wow.
Anybody ever hear of this guy? Jack Dempsey. It is a true story. Mr. Jack Dempsey, he worked in several mines here in this mining district as a mucker.
Oh.
He got fired from every mine around here because he couldn't muck fast enough. Years later, that's when he became the world heavyweight boxer, the champion of the world. Out of hand mucking into air-powered mucking machines. That's what we call an MCO 12B mucking machine. They actually started coming out with these things in the early 1900s. The more the mucker ran it, the faster he got, the better he got. He could muck a 1-ton ore cart in 2 minutes, compared to 30 minutes by hand. Well, let me run it for you. Let me run this mucker for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah. That was good.
Well, I guess now we know what that's for.
Let's see. Probably really loud.
Nice, huh?
How many
Yeah.
tons did they have to do
R.I.P.
that
headphones.
a day? 1 ton an hour.
After that, it didn't matter no more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Always remember, folks, it's better than doing it by hand.
Yeah.
And of course, once air-powered machines like this entered the mines, nobody ever got fired anymore.
Oh,
And it's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
But once pneumatics did come into mines, you had to have hearing protection. Of course, you can see why. A whole lot louder, right?
Maybe not.
Black powder explosion.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'll come down in here, folks. Here we go. Follow me this way, please. Here we go. Come on back.
Oops.
You need to tie your shoes too. That's on this It's kind of slippery.
go.